Good morning, everybody. Hello. I'm Amy Waters, Director of the Senior Center. Wonderful to see you all. Full room, equipment, and everybody. I will just introduce this whole wonderful event by giving you a little history. Back in 2014, the seed was planted to develop a small section of vacant space into a dedicated fitness center. The space so conveniently positioned off the main lobby of our already vibrant senior center. About 8 years later, I can smile and say perseverance pays off. Patty Hainsworth and I were able to take it from research to reality, and with so much support from other city departments, the city manager's office, Health and Human Services, Budget and Grants, Department of Public Facilities, a big hand for Matt Urban, and if Julie is here, who managed the whole project, purchasing, and even the police department, which gave us tips on their new gym. Of course, there are many other supporters, the City Council and Elder Affairs Commission, the Friends, the state, and more. But now we are here thanking our major sponsor, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts. Their generous donation made it possible to go big and purchase the state-of-the-art equipment which is responsive to a full range of abilities and needs. Just recently, I was using the elliptical when a woman poked her head in to see this center for the first time. She exclaimed about how fast I was going. A joke in itself. But I was able to show her how easy it is to slow down, a feature that's so important to make this kind of exercise accessible. Accessibility has been HHS Commissioner's Maddie Castile's mantra, promoting free membership so that if a senior gets the urge to exercise when they walk by, there is no barrier. Even as we want to stay healthy, it can be really hard to make that jump into the fitness center world. I've committed to doing 10 minutes a day and still haven't come nowhere close yet. But so many others are fully participating. Most of us grew up in a time when gyms were for bodybuilders. It wasn't until I was in my 30s that modern gym culture started. Our expert operator, Worcester Fitness, was a pioneer, opening in 1978. Until now, age, cultural, and economic factors make having access to a fitness center out of the realm of possibility for most of the city's seniors. Now it is here, age-friendly, state-of-the-art, and already used regularly by over 150 active seniors. It's a dream come true. Thank you. It's now my privilege to introduce City Councilor George Russell. George Russell. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Before I get started, I want to take a moment just to introduce my good friend, my former colleague, Gary Rosen, who served with us on the City Council. Gary, of course, is one of the leaders of the Friends of the Senior Center. I think that they just can't get him to leave, but he's there. You know, I was on the phone this morning with Mayor Petty, and he expressed his regrets that he wasn't able to be with us this morning. He talked to me about how he looked back at the many years that he served on the city council and that his votes to support the senior center and even basically to establish the senior center, he looks back and sees those as probably some of the better votes that were taken over those many years that he's served on the council and as our mayor. You know, my wife and I came to the senior center, I think it was last week, to get our COVID update shots. And we went and we did it. We took separate cars because I had things to do, and she spent some time walking around and taking a look, and she loves to exercise. My wife is probably the only person I know that walked 3 miles a day when she had COVID. And she said, "Did you see that great exercise room and the facility that they have at the senior center?" So she started doing the machines and all this kind of stuff. And she says to me, "I can't believe it. And, you know, they're having a grand opening next week. You really should go." I said, "I think I'm on the speaking program." And her response was, "That's probably the only way I'll get you in there." So, in short, I just want to take a minute to talk about District 3 and how important the senior center is, not only to senior citizens who utilize this facility, but to the whole district. This senior center is the centerpiece, if not, is probably one of the most important buildings that we have in this corner of the city. It serves in so many different capacities, everything from voting precincts to just a place for people to go when we dealt with emergencies like the COVID crisis. And it's just the centerpiece of this district. And I am so proud and have been so proud to continue to support this along with my colleagues on the council, and we will continue to do that to the best of our ability because this is the place to be. You know, I have a speaking program here that I'm going to run through and introduce some people, but overall, I just want to go on record and saying thank you to Blue Cross Blue Shield for their generous donation of $100,000 for this equipment and to support this work. It's great. It's great to work with partners like that in this community that give back to the city and to all of us. And it's refreshing to have a corporate sponsor and a corporate partner like Blue Cross Blue Shield. My colleague, not on the city council, but my colleague in government, the representative of this corner of the city, is Representative Dan Donahue, who would share a few words with us. Dan.
Thank you, Councilor, and oh my God, is it wonderful, to be inside today on a nice rainy day, but wonderful to finally be in here and see so many of us celebrating another incredible addition to our senior center. I think George said it right, for this city and for this part of the city, this is a cornerstone building. I love to come up here and have my office hours, and I can tell you, Amy and Suki, just 2 weeks ago, everyone was like, "Have you seen this fitness center? Have you seen the fitness center?" The buzz was alive around here, and I love coming here because this is such a great community. So many people use this every day or a couple times a week. Come in, enjoy all the programming that's available, all the educational opportunities that are available, and some great food at the diner, which I was just talking to someone about how much I love the breakfast sandwiches here. But when it comes to this, I think Amy was saying it so well, how many partners make this successful. The city council, the city manager, the mayor, state resources, federal resources. It's a partnership that Worcester's so good about, bringing everybody together, you know, friends of the senior center that really help to move this building forward and continue to invest it. And it's so wonderful to add on Blue Cross and Blue Shield and the private enterprises that are also making sure that we're donating here, and along with Worcester Fitness, that provide their time and resources to our seniors so that we're giving back, we're creating that sense of community, and we're staying in shape. So hope everyone enjoys it, and I wouldn't mind getting on one of the ellipticals soon. So thank you.
Somebody card him when he's on the machines. He's too young to be taking anything. I'd also like to introduce Gloria Paradiso. I hope I didn't kill that. The Vice President and Head of Government Sales for Blue Cross Blue Shield, Massachusetts. Gloria.
So, good morning, everyone. I'm Gloria Paradiso, and on behalf of Blue Cross Blue Shield, I want to first start by extending a very warm thank you to the city manager, the councilor, Mr. Donahue, all the other dignitaries here today, and of course, our wonderful hosts here from the Senior Center and my colleagues at Blue Cross. We're really excited to be here today at this ribbon cutting ceremony in Worcester. Worcester is near and dear to my heart. I've lived here in this area my whole entire life, so it's a very special place for me personally. But we also have a lot of associates and members that live in the area, and we're represented by our regional office downtown at the Mercantile Building. At Blue Cross, we're committed to the health of families and seniors across the Commonwealth. And even when it was difficult to gather in the pandemic, we worked with municipal partners like the City of Worcester and councils on aging across the state to make sure we were providing webinars and other means and ways of encouraging healthy behaviors and trying to address health inequities. Led by our new health justice strategy, we've specifically focused our efforts on promoting equitable access to health and wellness opportunities. One example, in August, we worked with the city's Department of Health and Human Services, the WSC, to deliver a successful Fitness in the Parks program. This was with intentional focus on addressing health inequities in Worcester's Black and Brown neighborhoods, and the program ran from August to September and featured 13 classes per week in 13 parks. So it's a big initiative. In addition, of course, we've really enjoyed our long-standing relationship here in Worcester with the Council on Aging and this Worcester Senior Center. We've been very consistent with providing opportunities to offer services and resources that support our seniors in meeting their wellness goals. I'm so proud and absolutely excited to stand here today, knowing that our seniors are now able to gather, to connect with one another, and commit to their wellness journey within the comfort and safety of this really beautiful new space. Thank you to each and every one of you for being our partner in promoting equitable access to health and wellness opportunities.
Thank you. I hope you folks were watching something better on TV than the city council meeting last night. But for those of you who did not, who were watching TV, you would know that the majority of the city council decided to not to go forward with a nationwide search because we believe that we have a great city manager in our midst already. That person who, at least I know I'll be voting for, and who I expect will be our permanent city manager, our acting city manager, Eric Batista.
Thank you, Counselor. Thank you for that. It brings joy and excitement when you come into spaces like this because as a city manager, you're always thinking about what's the next project, what's the next building that we can provide renovations, provide some opportunities for people to engage in. And I remember probably a few years back, I came into this space and I took a tour because we were looking for some desks, and this was a madhouse. I mean, you were nervous to even walk in. It was before COVID, and I felt like it was worse than what you can get from from here than what you can get from COVID. And just to see the space now and to what it is amazing. It is beautiful. I had the pleasure of coming here a few weeks back to just tour this space and the space upstairs where you'll enjoy some yoga classes and other opportunities. And it's just unbelievable that we could provide this for our seniors in our city. Provide an opportunity that you could be active, that you can share with one another, provide some kind of opportunity for fellowship in these spaces, and sweat a little bit, which is important. And so for me, it's just a pleasure to do that. And I just want to give a big shout out. Blue Cross Blue Shield, $100,000 is amazing. But like Gloria mentioned before, it wasn't just there. Blue Cross Blue Shield have been committed to this city for so long. They've committed thousands of dollars for our Recreation Worcester program with the youth offices here in the third floor. And I see Commissioner Maddie Castillo here representing as well. So shout out to Maddie and her team. To Fitness in the Park, to providing health care for our staff in our city. I mean, Blue Cross Blue Shield has stepped up in a big way for our community. They said they wanted to be present, and they showed up and they walked the talk. So we appreciate their support. And again, we couldn't do none of this, not only without corporate sponsorship, but without the council. Council support to ensure that these dollars and the support is constantly moving forward to help bring these opportunities, these amenities for our seniors. And just recently, we also celebrated the certification of Age-Friendly Worcester. That's a big certification, showing our community and all of you that you matter to our city in everything that we do, whether it's housing, whether it's development, whether it's transportation. Anything that we do is make sure that accessibility is at the forefront to provide those opportunities to our seniors, the people who laid the foundation for all of us to be here today, the people who actually, laid the pathway for us to be able to walk through. So again, I just want to thank you. Congratulations. Enjoy the space, and thank you for the opportunity.
We've